What's up, guys? Nozilla here, finishing up a long week of work, hanging out with the car a little bit on Friday night. Figured I'd give you guys a little preview of some things that are coming and take a look at my messy garage. So she's sitting here. Hopefully soon we get some nice weather and she'll be back out of the garage. Hopefully get her to the track. So we have the Samsonus 6-speed sequential close ratio transmission on the way. We are in the queue. We've been in the queue for a while. Just waiting to get finished up, and then that T56 setup with the S1 is going to be coming out and hitting the chopping block. Doing a little work up front here. You can see decided to change some things up with the fuel line setup going to the Kinsler 700. So we did some hard lines. And these are Russell fittings and a vibrant line that was used. Just kind of cleans everything up a bit. I'm going to make a little bracket to sit in between these two. Keep that bottom one supported a bit. And then you can see as it gets over here underneath underneath the charge pipe here, it connects up to the soft line that comes up from underneath the chassis. Going to be switching up these coil packs. This is a PRP R35 setup. Great setup. We're just going to be trying something a little bit more interesting. Go take a look at that. So these are Haltech IGN-1A inductive coils. They put out over 100 millijoules of spark. And they are a bit more complex as far as the setup. It's certainly larger, certainly heavier for sure. But I'm interested to see how these perform. So we're gonna get them in the car and we're gonna do some back-to-back dyno testing and see what difference, if any, they make. But I think at a minimum, they are going to look pretty badass. That's for sure. So as you can imagine, these are gonna sit kind of right in the valley. They'll be sitting up quite high, so they'll have plenty of heat dissipation. We're going to be making a coil bracket. We ordered this bracket from Australia from a company who makes them, and it just had some shortcomings. So we decided to scrap this, take it to the drawing board, and we are now trying to make some plans for the CNC, for our CNC guy to get a better stronger, more structurally sound bracket that provides a little bit better heat dissipation and fits a little bit nicer. So I got this beautiful harness. I forget where I got this exactly. I can try to find it for you and send you guys the link. But this is the IG1A harness. It comes with 3 separate grounds, a set of relays to get its own dedicated power to the coils. This actually came with some sub harnesses, right? So I'm planning on just taking these through the firewall and wiring this directly up to the back of the Elite 2500. And I actually have a power and a ground block inside the chassis near the Elite as well. So we're going to wire them right in there, so everything will kind of hidden back behind the dash. So that'll be kind of cool. Switching gears a little bit. We have a Neo Iacv and a RB26 Iacv. We're going to be sending these out to CNC to make some block-off plates for the Iacvs. Now you might be thinking to yourself, why would I want to block off the Iacv? Well, if you want to go drive-by-wire, you don't need that Iacv anymore. So we're going to include that in our kit so that we can just slap it up here, or slap it over here, and then literally everything will be able to be removed, cleaned up, get rid of all the additional electronics and hoses. Here's our R35 kit. Quick look underneath the valve covers. It's a Neo head, got the boost stock splash plates doing their job. Got our half moons on that. Recently picked up a, I believe this is a Series 1 or Series 2 RB25 intake manifold set. We're going to use this for some mock-up. We also have a Neo set here. And we also have a an RB26 set with the ITBs. So the goal is to take a look at this a bit and see if it's possible to get a drive-by wire set on the ITBs. Here's some stock over here, some kits getting made up. We've got options for plug and pigtail, and we also have options for plug and pin sets. Right now we got 3 different adapters: Greddy, Freddy, Plasma Man, Zero Fab, a Taco Garage, ISR, etc. Some adapters sitting down there. These are our 350Z pedals for the R32 chassis. Here's what they look like. Just got our adapter plate on the back, which makes sure the left-hand drive version of this pedal can fit into the right-hand drive chassis. Got some dry sump goodies sitting back here, getting ready to go. Got this neat little Haltech wing over here. Gotta find something to do with that. Let's see what we got in this bottom drawer. Oh boy, look at this. Radium FCST 4-pump setup, good for probably about, I don't know, 1400 horsepower. This is for sale if you know anybody who is looking for something like this. What else we got in here? This is a Radium expansion tank with a swirl pot. I bought this for my build. Couldn't really find a great place to fit it in the engine bay, so here she sits. This is kind of like the trying to figure out what the hell to do with this stuff bin. Got a set of ARP bolts here for the timing belt, tensioner, and idler. Those will be going in when we replace the water pump, timing belt, and the lower trigger kit. Here's an original PRP R35 kit. I bought this years ago now. This was one of their first kits, and as you can see, this still has the older hard style boots that were O-ring sealed. This was a nice kit. Just they certainly revised it and made it a lot nicer with the new ones, but this still worked just fine. Little 8N inline check valve. I'm going to put this in the fuel system in the back near the trunk, and we're going to see if we can maybe aid the fuel pressure a little bit on startups with the mechanical pump. It takes a few more turnovers to get it going. What do we got here? Ooh. So this is a Mazir water pump, an electric water pump. Yep, this will be making its way into the car. Maybe this year, maybe next year. Some Tarks goodies, some Iacv solutions, some improved racing. Those are remote oil cooler adapters. All sorts of junk in here, man. There's an Aviad dry sump, an oil cooler just hanging out back here. We definitely this bin is getting a little bit crazy. I think we're gonna have to organize this pretty soon before everything starts falling out. Whoop! Get back in there. Got some boost stock stuff in here, splash plates. This is all outsidergarage.com. Heater delete kits. We got some t-shirts. Here's some of our own stuff in here. Got some R35 brackets. We got some Bausch 82mm metal gaskets, some adapters in here, some pedal adapters, lots of half moon seals indeed backed up. Here's the backed up version. Plug and pin sets. These got to get, bagged up. These are going to be for the drive-by wire. Pedals and throttle bodies. Sneak peek, quick product. See if you can guess what that's going to be for. That's going to be a fun one. And I got to make some stud kits together. And here's a little sneak peek for you guys. So this is the Outsider Garage. Stainless steel, medical grade shift knob. Now, a lot of people say, like, I don't like metal shift knobs because they get hot, they get cold. That's true, but I don't think anything will ever replace the feeling of shifting with a weighted shift knob. This is counterbore. This sits at the ideal height to make a really nice shifting experience. And I shit you not, guys, this thing literally weighs about, I think, over 1.5 pounds. It certainly changes your driving experience. Got some long splash plates in here. Got some VCT kits. Got some crank locks. These are going out to the RB30 guys. Some heater fittings. And look at this top drawer. What do we got in here? We got all sorts of bolts and nuts. These are mostly stuff that was purchased for the build, and then OEM stuff gets taken off and saved. Professional Awesome Racing. Whole bunch of stuff from them. They're building me a custom splitter for my Time Attack car. These are their quick release chassis mounts, so they got to get installed. And you see we got some splitter rod hardware back there. That's all their titanium splitter rod hardware with the titanium skid plates built into the bottom. The pucks built into the bottom for the splitter rods. Here's their standard splitter diffusers and the fiberglass splitter rod hardware. Yeah, this definitely, they make some really nice products. Glad to be working with them and to be able to have their stuff on my car. I'll go take a peek over here and see what we got going on. Freaking love this hardline setup. Just looks so mean, man. Just so badass. Something missing's here. So this is my throttle body's off to make the revisions to the Plasma Man adapter for our drive-by wire kit. So this will be coming back next week, and we'll be test fitting the Bausch 82 on here. I'm gonna have to be pushing back this piping a bit, so that's gonna have to go back to fab to get that one charge pipe revised. Not too much going on in here. She's just hanging out in the cold, waiting for her time. Professional Awesome Racing. Got these race ramps here, guys. These things I would definitely recommend. I've got a 16-foot dovetail trailer, and I think it's got 5-foot ramps that come out. And having those to add on to it gives me like a ridiculous amount of rampage to get this low car up on that trailer, and it just goes up so nice and smooth. Quick jack sitting down there in my dirty garage. I believe the jacks are on the other side over there. Got some stock knuckles and all sorts of stainless braided line hanging out. Engine stead, all electrical, all car electrical stuff. There's OEM sensors and harnesses and all sorts of neat things. This is all tools over here. Just random 78 works R32 headlights. Yeah, those are pretty. Very, very nice lights, guys. If you're looking to upgrade your lighting in your car, this is definitely something to look into. OEM plugs are into the OEM harness. This is the DRL plug. They give you a separate harness for this to run inside the car, the fuse box. Very nice. The light output is very, very nice. Some vibrant QR stuff. What do we got in here? OEM stuff. Interesting. All sorts of interesting things. We got freaking rear light halo LEDs that are just hanging out. Here's a Sentra / Series 2 RB25, I believe. Yeah, so here's like basically all of the RB series of Iacvs sitting next to each other. Here's your RB25, your RB25 Neo, and your RB20 and RB26. Pretty neat. So we're gonna have block offs ready for these. Got some OEM water pump pulleys in here. Some F1 shifters. They sent this. They sent this with the. I forget. Maybe it was the gauge, the gear display or whatever. They sent this as kind of a gift. It was kind of neat. Essentially like a bottle opener made out of the S1 shifter. These are really nice too. Speaking of IACVs, this is an external IACV. You can buy these and route them externally, you know, right off, coming right off a hose, you know, on your intake piping and then into your intake manifold. This one in particular has a filter, so it's meant for map cars, and it'll shut under boost and it'll open up and, you know, aid in the idle just as any IACV would, you know, when it's in vacuum. Thermostats, old, wow, old coil packs. These things are crispy. This kind of looks OEM. Maybe this is OEM RB25 Neo, I think. Got a 4-port Mac valve here and a race art holder. Kind of cool. All sorts of neat things. What's in this box? Oh, there's an OEM crank here. I think I got some Woodruff keys in there as well. It's neat. Nismo thermostat. All stuff from the build. More stuff from the build. Yeah. There you go, baby. Harbor Freight. Oh. There's 4 magazines. Let's get this out of the way. Let's see what we got here. So this is all leftover Radium stuff, fuel cell stuff. So I keep any wiring, relays, and things that I don't use. So if we ever need to do something in the future, it's like part of a vent. All fittings for the FPR, FPD. This is my old fuel pressure regulator. This is a great little compact unit. Works fantastic. Bunch of fuel pumps in here. I think these are 525 Walbros. Very nice pumps. All hardware down there. Got a new t-shirt in there too, I can't forget about that. RB25 water pumps. I got seat rails, seat brackets, dipsticks, thermofans. So you said you wanted some AN fittings, huh? Here's a drawer full of AN stuff. This has got to get cleaned out. It's kind of messy. Some junky stuff in here, some nice stuff. Just kind of a mix of everything. Left over from the build. Yeah, you can imagine things get bought and not used and tossed in here. Decided to go a different direction. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of crazy that I have all this stuff at the same time. Basically, whenever I need to do something in the car, I want to change something up, or I want to help a friend out, I can just pull into this drawer and basically grab anything that I need. Spare, there's my oil cooler that's going to get set up in the set wrap. Helper springs for the Sika coilovers. Went through a couple different revisions of the base heights. So yeah, there's the tire letters and stuff. And then this is some more stuff for sale in here. Get some, you know, window switches, and I think that's OEM N1 pump. Some neat things. A Tark's oil adapter. Got some springs down here. Again, we did want some revisions with height. Get this Chase Bay's power steering reservoir. This is kind of nice. Again, just bought this for the build, and then we ended up going with the Volvo electric pump. So here it sits. If anybody's interested, you guys can certainly PM me. Work something out. Little mini baby screamer pipes down there. The award from the the Skyline meet back in October. That was a really fun time. Can't wait for next year. What's that? See if you guys can figure out what that is. So yeah, that just kind of me just giving everybody a quick look around the shop. Nothing too exciting, but maybe you saw something interesting. A lot of parts in those bottom bins is for sale, not formally for sale. I haven't really listed anything, but if you guys see anything that you need or anything you're interested in, you know, you can comment, or you can send me a message on Facebook or whatever, and we can figure something out. All right, guys, I think I'm going to hit the sack. So have a good weekend. See you soon.